I'm building high converting landing pages for my customers in less than 2 weeks using Figma and Webflow, and today I want to show you how I walk through the exact process, and I will show you all the files and documents that I use to actually build this website. Hi, my name is Nick. I'm the founder and lead designer at Grauberg, and we help tech startups to improve their product and their websites using design. And usually the website is the first interaction that our customers, users have. So we start focusing on that, and we have a very clear process on how to get from zero to the actual finalized website that you can use to edit, to publish, and so on. So let me walk you through the whole process. So I design high converting landing pages in 4 steps. First, the discovery, then the copywriting, only then as a third step, the design, and finally the development. A lot of freelancers and junior designers start with design immediately and then have to go back to the structure and the copywriting because there were a lot of open questions that haven't been discussed yet. And this is where usually web design projects take a lot of time. We've been doing this for over 7 years now, so we know exactly the process and when each step comes, and that way we can make the process fast with high quality. But enough talking, let me show you the discovery file of a client. So the first step that we take, it's usually a 1 to 2 hour discovery call, and it starts in a file like this here. And it always starts with very quick intro on how people actually use websites nowadays, and then the goals that we want to tackle. So for this customer specifically, the goal was to build trust through the website. And then we take a quicker look at the problems specifically for the website. And then we look at the product and the software. Here it's technology discovery because it's a quite technical tool, but we look at the product, what it does, how it helps, and so on. And then at the customer. So who is actually visiting this website, who is buying, who is deciding, who is browsing. And based on all of this during the workshop, we can create customer groups together and then look at a better structure on how the website can and should look like. Here, for instance, was a problem that the landing page was directing to so many different call to actions, and we unified this here. Then in the same workshop we created a new navigation, and for me one of the most important steps is the mood boarding at the end of the workshop, where we together look at some websites and just try to find out what is the style, the direction they want to have, because otherwise there will be a lot of back and forth, even though the customer already has a very good idea of how it could or should look like. So mood boarding is a great step to speed up the process and get some clarity on how it should look like. And then finally we discuss the timeline, and this is already the first step. So we do this with every customer without any exceptions, because without the discovery we don't know what to design and how to design it. So then the next step is copywriting. And copywriting is usually in the same file, and after this discovery workshop we start copywriting. And we still do this in the whiteboarding tool. So we don't go into the design file yet, because we specifically want to highlight the copy and not the design or the visuals or the branding or the color, just the copywriting and the structure. And this is what we do here. So they are just very simple sections, and you just read the copy. Then we send this to the customer. The customer can comment this and give their feedback. And then we can iterate on that. And eventually we have the copywriting ready. And this is usually the step where we start thinking about all the assets we need. This is quite a big pain point that can drag forever. What pictures, images, links, logos from customers, success stories, what do we have already, what do we need in order to publish the website. This is where a lot of time gets lost, and after we finish the copywriting, this is where we start collecting all of this. Because now the design phase starts. And here I want to show you a design file, or let me show you the website first, the final website. So this is a landing page for a service, and we built this in Webflow. It's quite clean, has a lot of animations, and works responsively on mobile. It's fast and it's beautifully developed. So how do we get there? We start designing in Figma, and I want to highlight why it's so important to start designing in Figma, because if you start your web project in Webflow specifically, or in Lovable or any vibe coding tool, you don't have this collaboration effect where you just drag and drop in ideas, links that you like, images, and you also don't have versioning. Like I love to see and to show the client how we get from the first iteration to the second one, and then we add comments to this, to the third iteration, until we have the final result. Because you cannot see that in Webflow. You always see just the latest version, unless you make very complicated copies of the project, which I also saw. So that's why we always start in Figma. It's a creative tool, a collaboration tool, and for us Webflow is strictly a development tool. So we go into Figma, and we have this, this is already a finished document, so we have the style guide here. This is what customers get as well, so they not only get the final website, but they get the whole style guide in Figma with all the colors, the typography, even the buttons defined. We also add here the mood board, so how did we actually get to this design, just by collecting some ideas or some websites that made sense. And then you have all the static pages designed out. So of course this is again the final tool, or the final version, so everything is already pretty and aligned. But here is where all the pages are. And then finally you have the home page here, where you also have all the different versions for desktop, tablet, and the phone, because we know a lot of users or visitors come from the mobile, so you have to keep that in mind, otherwise you will lose a lot of leads and a lot of potential customers. So when this is done, this is the basis of the development. And something we do differently than most of the agencies or designers I talk to is how we get from Figma to Webflow. Webflow is our favorite development tool, not only because it's quite powerful, but because, in my opinion, it is the best tool to hand off websites without maintenance or without any retainers, because it's so easy to manage, to maintain, to upload new content and so on, which I will show you later. But the tricky part is, how do you get Figma to Webflow? And for that we use Relume. Then let me show you how Relume works. So think of Relume as kind of a component library, and it basically syncs Figma to Webflow. So when we create a new Webflow project, this is, for instance, the website I showed before in Webflow. And whenever we create a new project, we use the Relume style guide. And this style guide is exactly the same as we have here in Figma. And that makes it incredibly easy to sync because let's go here. This is the headers section of the homepage and it's called header 129. And this is the exact same component we used in Webflow, because if you just go to Relume, you can see here header 29 and it's the same component and you just have to style it. So you copy it and paste it here into Webflow. And then you just have to style it and adjust it, and that way we make sure it's super easy to convert the Figma designs into Webflow and actual code. And the cool thing about Relume is that it's using client first, so it's using all the components and the design system that is most popular for Webflow, and it's so easy to use and it's well structured, and every or probably most Webflow developer can work with this. So you have a very clear structure out of the box and you can easily change that. For instance, if you go to the style guide here and you want to change something like a heading or some colors, you just do that here and it automatically changes on the whole website. So this is the development part. You will not only get the Figma file, but this Webflow page as well, where you can find all the pages that need to be created. You have all the CMS pages. So CMS basically means content management system, and instead of having to create, in that case, a new job post, you just go into the CMS and create a new job post from a template. You hit publish and it's already live styled. Let me show you actually. Pages, careers. Yeah, all of these, they are already, they are the same structure. You just need to add the text and the details, and that way you can easily update and add new content to the website. So after the development is done, the last thing we usually take care of is the SEO. So your website can be found on Google and can get ranked ideally on the first position. So we take care of things like the title, the meta description, so that it also has a lot of keywords in it. The open graph view, we make sure that the page loads fast and that all the technical SEO is taken care of. And once this is done, you can basically go and go live. You can connect your domain, or we connect your domain, and then you have your website live. And the cool thing about Webflow is also that you have this preview link, so you can preview the website even if you don't want to go live yet, or if you want to change something and want to preview it first. It's really easy. So now let me show you my favorite part about Webflow and why our customers love it and why we use it mostly for customers. And that is the edit functionality. So if you go here and press !edit, then a new part of the website appears. So you can log in here. And once you logged in, you have a different view of the website editor that you saw before. So once you signed in via this edit link, which you can give to all your team members if you want, you get a different view of the website builder that you saw before. And now you cannot change any code or any variables anymore, but you can easily change text by just clicking in it, and the layout just automatically adjusts. So it's almost impossible to fuck up any layouts. And what you can also do is go to CMS and create new, let's say a new blog. Just go here, create a new blog, add all the information, and after you're done, you just hit publish and the changes are live. So now your whole marketing team can access the website without fucking anything up, and they don't need to be developers, they just need to access the link. And I think that's my favorite part about Webflow. So to recap, we walked through the 4 main process steps: discovery, copywriting, design and development. And customers usually get the Figma file, the website, and some insight on how to actually get the edit link working that you saw here. And with that, we can help tech startups and founders to launch beautifully designed and high converting websites using Figma and Webflow in a matter of 2 weeks. If this is something you want for your startup as well, just click the link below and sign up for either a website audit or schedule a call with me. That being said, I'm trying to record more videos like this to give just more insights on how you can simplify the web design process and also how we are doing it. So yeah, hit the like and follow button, and hope to see you at the next video. Bye bye.